Last night, Tesla had its long-anticipated We Robot event, the big unveiling event for their upcoming robotaxis. And as you can see from the stock's hideous 8.8% decline today, let's just say it didn't go over well. Remember, Tesla needed a win here. Around the middle of last year, Wall Street realized that there just wasn't as much demand for electric vehicles as people thought. EV growth started slowing across the whole auto industry, and Tesla in particular just got clobbered as it faced all sorts of new competition for a more slowly growing pie. Hey, some of these new electric cars from China are incredible and very reasonably priced. Tesla actually saw its delivery shrink for the first 2 quarters of the year. And they were only up in the third quarter because the company was lapping a bad production quarter from the year before. And that's why the stock lost more than half of its value from July of last year through this April, when it bottomed to 138. What happened in April? Elon Musk changed the conversation. Even though Tesla reported a disappointing quarter, Musk very effectively pivoted to talking about self-driving cars. And it all hinged on this robotaxi event. That's the whole reason to own the stock here, I think. Something Musk flat out admitted on that first conference call. That turned out around the stock for a while. People liked it, okay. In fact, it nearly doubled in 3 months. I got excited about it, too. But when Tesla reported another weak quarter in July and announced that the robotaxi event was delayed to October, the stock went into another tailspin. Of course, it bottomed again within a month and then started ramping. That move was all about anticipation, not just of the robotaxi event, but also for a rate cut cycle from the Federal Reserve. Unfortunately, when the We Robot event finally arrived, the market just was not impressed. Sure, anyone who watched this thing has to admit, this thing was visually stunning. We were mesmerized by it in the office. There were 3 main pieces of hardware that debuted last night. First, there's the robotaxi itself, which Musk calls the Cybercab. Good name. A sleek 2-seater coupe-like vehicle with gull-wing doors and a clean, simple interior. No steering wheel or pedals. Only 2 people, please. Crucially, Musk said the Cybercab will cost less than $30,000, so that small business owners can buy whole fleets of them. He took a little ride in one of these Cybercabs around the Warner Brothers lot to kick off the event, and afterwards, attendees had a chance to ride in it. Pretty cool. Many came away quite impressed. Of course, there's nothing truly surprising here. The surprise, though, was a new van or bus-like vehicle that Tesla's calling the robo van, which can carry up to 20 people and also transport goods. Very Art Deco. This is what we thought the future would look like when I was a kid, which was like, 100 years ago. Finally, the coolest piece of hardware we saw last night was Tesla's humanoid robot. This I love, okay? Orally called the Tesla Bot or Optimus. Now, we've seen these things before, but it's always cool to see the latest generation of these robots. Last night, they were dancing on stage, serving drinks. They were even having some pretty good conversations with people. Musk reiterated that these Optimus robots will be for sale at scale and would cost around $20,000 to $30,000. He said that Optimus could do, quote, anything you want. So it can be a teacher, a babysit your kids, it can walk your dog, mow your lawn, get your groceries, just be your friend, serve drinks, whatever you can think of, end quote. I don't know, I can use one of those. My wife's mad at me, and I'm like, hey, I'm going to kill some time when she's playing Candy Crush. Again, visually, all this was stunning. Musk really put the vision in visionary. But what about financially? Oh, really? The finances? Okay. Look, Tesla's a big problem. The electric vehicle market turned out to be substantially smaller than most thought. If they want to pivot to self-driving cars, they need to really flesh that out. And last night, we just didn't get much in the way of specific details. One of my favorite analysts, followed by Morgan Stanley's Adam Jonas. And it's someone who'd been a big Tesla fan, but he published a reaction note to We Robot, and it was titled, this was really, I saw this morning, so it's going to be a long day for this guy, for Tesla. This is disappointing lack of detail. And here's the issue. It's very hard to get self-driving technology to work right. And it's even harder to roll it out because you need to get local governments on board. And the moment there's a single accident, all the politicians panic. Now, Musk said that a full autonomous version of Tesla's driver assistance system would be available in Texas and California next year. That's a genuine positive. Remember, Austin's got it. And by the way, Atlanta is going to have Waymos. But when he was asked about the robotax timing, the answer was underwhelming. You got to listen to this. This thing is really jarring.
We expect to be in production with the Cybercab, which is really highly optimized for autonomous transport in probably, well, I tend to be a little optimistic with timeframes, but in 2026. So, yeah, before 2027, let me put it that way.
Needless to say, that didn't inspire a lot of confidence. And there was no timeline at all for the other stuff, including the robots. Not many people can get away with what he just did. And because he's a genius, obviously, we're going to look the other way. But that was not good. Worse, there wasn't a lot of substance to the demonstration. It's not that hard to make a self-driving car do a predetermined loop around a closed course at a Warner Brothers lot. I personally believe that Tesla's self-driving tech is pretty good, but they didn't do much to prove it last night. This is especially important because Google's Waymo has a full fleet of unsupervised autonomous taxis running revenue-generating routes in San Francisco, Phoenix, LA, and Austin. We were one in San Francisco. I thought it was fantastic. Plus, beyond Musk's very broad commentary on pricing, there was little to no detail on the economics at last night's event. Musk gave some info about some average operating costs of the Cybercab, saying it would cost 20 cents per mile run, with customers paying 30 or 40 cents per mile. Now, if that's true, the Cybercab does indeed have a major cost advantage versus Waymo, which uses more complex and expensive LiDAR systems for its self-driving technology. And Musk also claimed that the RoboVan would have average operating costs of 5 to 10 cents per mile. But he didn't give us any evidence, so who knows whether these numbers are accurate or not. At the end of the day, the market's reaction tells you basically all you need to know. Let me put it this way. Not only did Tesla stock almost drop 9%, but Uber, which faces an existential threat from robotaxis, actually saw its stock rally nearly 11%, climbing to new all-time highs. Wall Street clearly doesn't have much confidence that the Cybercab will be viable anytime soon, or obviously we wouldn't see Uber stock roar like that. And without the self-driving kicker, Tesla's back to being an automaker that went all in on the decelerating electric vehicle space. All that said, I've been following Tesla for a long time now, and historically the best time to buy is when everyone's doubting Elon Musk. We know from discussions with NVIDIA's Jensen Huang that Tesla's invested a lot of money in the type of infrastructure that you need for artificial intelligence, a neural network. At the end of the day, autonomous driving is just AI. So even though I definitely wouldn't be a buyer after the robotaxi event, I wouldn't short Tesla either. Even if you don't want to bet with Elon Musk, it's way too dangerous to bet against him. Here's the bottom line. Even though Tesla's robotaxi event was gorgeous, we didn't get enough detail to justify treating this company like an autonomous driving business rather than an electric vehicle maker. So for now, I recommend taking a page from Switzerland and staying on the sidelines with this one. There's just not enough specifics to hang a hat on. Mad Money is back after the break.
Coming up, is this company the belle of the ball? Cramer gets his reps in on a power stock that's packing the protein. Next. Don't miss a second of Mad Money. Follow @Jim Cramer on X. Have a question? Tweet Cramer. #MadMentions. Send Jim an email to madmoney@cnbc.com or give us a call at 1-800-743-CNBC. Miss something? Head to madmoney.cnbc.com.